Yeah, Clippy 1B time! If you don't know what's going on, go watch Clippy 0A and 1A. Last time, our 22 contestants responded to the following prompt that absolutely sucks. Co-hosts of a new trend, write out the name of your own co-host and what it would do. Anyway, before we get to our winner, let's see some voting statistics. We got an average of 9.23 votes per response or VPR, with Pizza and Joy receiving the fewest votes at 4 and KTGE Official and Number Game are tied receiving the most votes at 14. Voting shoutouts go to Silly Circus, at MistyDon76, Jolly Greeky, Northeast Benefactor who got the AI response wrong, Fly Games, KTGE Official and Pizza and Joy. So who won round 1? They got an 81.63% percentile, which is nearly 10%, 9.8% to be exact, over second place's score. Who was this clear winner? Let's find out. Congratulations Azure and Orange, you're our round 1 winner. You and the top 4 all get a double response prize. They responded with BookBot, generating prompts and testing them, prompt kill all, activating weapons. This was one of my favourite responses, referencing my YouTube account's old Roblox days with the kill all message. Here are the top 5 contestants. Congrats to a faster Slowpoke, KTGE Official who voted themselves first 74 times, only 5 of which I counted, and Fly Games. I will be reading aloud and commenting on all 5 responses, even Logan H's, although they didn't get into the top 4 and receive an extra response. Fun fact, 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5 including the fastest Slowpoke's debut completed in our round. Fly Games' response has a pun, or what I believe is a pun, of the word misinformation by calling their co-host misinformation, which is honestly very creative. Logan H's response is probably the simplest response here, being only 2 lines of text form. Sorry that you missed out by only 1 spot, but I can't vote up with your response to change it. KTGE Official's response was, I guess it's a normal response. Anyway, them voting themselves up while others who voted didn't think it deserved top 5 made this response second most controversial of the episode. I think KTGE won in the end there, as they did end up getting top 5. A faster Slowpoke, who thought their response, and I quote, low-key sucks, have the second place response, although I don't think voting yourself up would help you beat Azure and Orange. Their response was of a co-host named Capita, who has a name that is taken from the word capitalism. Their response was also one of my favourites, with especially the advertising random things part. To end things off, we have Azure and Orange, who, as mentioned earlier, had a response referencing my YouTube channel's previous Roblox days. So, did you survive? You need to place in the top 18 to survive while the bottom 4 die. Let's see the result. These 8 contestants have not been declared safe. There are only 4 safe spots left. Let's see who lives and who doesn't. RIP to Double E David, ChatGPT, ChatGPT-First, and Madness Combat. Statistics time. Silly Circus have the most controversial response at a standard deviation of 40.45%. ChatGPT-First have the least controversial at only 16.26% standard deviation. Since nobody that you know well and Little Floss tied, the tiebreaker was decided by a metric called skew. Basically, if you had a lot of bad votes but 1 good vote, you will have a high skew stat, which is not good. Meanwhile, if you had a bunch of high votes but one low vote, your skew will be lower. Since nobody that you know well had a skew of negative 0.65 while Wilberforce had a skew of 0.36, nobody that you know well ended up winning the tiebreaker. After over a month, it's finally time to spin the round 2 response length wheel. 10 words or fewer. Let's see the round 2 prompt now. Please beware, as this prompt is really bad. It is. You think poems are useless and stupid, so stupid in fact that you decide to convince everyone to campaign against poems. But there's a twist. Since we are talking about poems, your responses must rhyme just as a poem does. Now that I've explained all that, in short, the round 2 prompt is: in 10 words or less, convince everyone that poems are bad while adding a rhyme in your response like a poem. Now, I will see you in Clippy 2A. Goodbye!